Welcome back, guys.
What's up?
Today's episode is about physical health. We got a former physical trainer, right?
Yep.
Yoga instructor. So I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but also we both. I mean, for peak performance in life, physical is a part of that. So regardless of our, specialties or whatever, we know a lot just based off our own research and what we apply in our own life.
Apply it, do I?
Man.
Most of the time, yes.
Well, getting into that, what do you feel like is one physical habit, whether that's nutrition or actually physically working out or anything like that? What's one physical habit that you feel like you do stay consistent with time and time again?
I mean, it's been bad lately. I haven't been very consistent. But being active in general and doing something to move my body every week, probably every day, I would say at this point. Whether it's going for a walk or even when you're cleaning the house, just throw in some lunges and squats real quick. I always do something to get the blood going, or I'll oh my gosh, my back will hurt and I'll wake up and there's a kink in my neck. So then I'll just get on the floor or on top of the bed even and do yoga and start stretching. So a consistent habit, I guess, for the last maybe 20 years of my life has been doing something active every single day.
Yeah, I love it.
Big or small.
Yeah, perfect.
I know. I wish it was better than that. I wish it was more oh yeah, I do 30 minutes of cardio. I do, you know. But no, let's be real.
Yeah, it's whatever works for you in the current season of life you're in.
Yeah, and you got to find ways to adapt to, which we can talk about that this episode as far as life changes and how to fit in exercise even when you feel like it's impossible to do it. It's not.
Yeah.
A 2-hour gym session, yeah, that can be impossible for a lot of people's schedules. That's not realistic, but there's ways, like I said, to do things around the house or just get on the floor and play with your kids, and while you're doing it, start stretching and then maybe do yoga together or chase them around outside. I mean, that's physical activity. It's not a set workout, but it's something.
Yeah. And then to you, what do you think are key parts of physical health that people might often overlook or not even think about?
Probably just how easy it can be to fit something in. I guess people overlook all the time how realistic it is to do something. As far as fitness goes, it doesn't mean, like I said, you don't have to go to the gym and lift weights for an hour straight. That's great if you can. That's fabulous. You're probably a bodybuilder. But if you're a normal, Joe Schmo, doing 20 minutes of weight training or resistance training in general a couple times a week is enough. That is good. That's awesome. If you're consistently doing that, you're in good shape. And then throwing in a couple days of cardio, which can be, like I said, a walk, or lately I've been doing the stroller walks around our block area, which isn't a block. It's probably a mile, almost a mile. Well, no, it's probably half a mile. But just doing something where I'm pushing a 40-pound toddler in a stroller uphill around the block, So it's not just a little breeze. It's actually a good workout, and there is resistance. But it's also fun and relaxing for both of us. So finding something like that, I think, is so much more attainable for people than they think. And just talking to someone who's either a trainer or a past trainer or something, say, hey, I really want to fit something in. Here's what I like to do. Here's what time I do have available. If it's your lunch break, there's things you can fit in at any time of the day. If it's midnight, which, okay, when I did 75 hard, to be honest, it was after midnight most nights, so it's technically in the next day. I was doing my second workout of the day, which is, my days don't end at midnight.
I don't agree with that though, because to me, time is a thing that we constructed. It's not really a key indicator. To me, it's when you wake up and when you go to sleep is when your day starts and ends.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
what I did.
The time on the clock, to me, I feel like you did it, that's still the same day to me.
Yeah, that was the only way it was feasible for me. it was like I got up early, but I'm not getting up at midnight. That doesn't make sense.
I can't even believe you did that. Like 75 hard. Like that is crazy. Like knowing how crazy your life is now, like I can't even imagine you also doing 75 hard.
Well, at the time I had a full-time job too.
That is like nuts.
Real estate wasn't as busy yet for me, but I was working on it probably just as I just spit. Probably a similar amount of hours. Now I mean, yeah, that is it was hard. I don't recommend it. I'm not going to lie. It was very difficult, and I did it in the winter time, so it was rough.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk into like that a little bit, cuz that's like a challenge or a trend that a lot of people do. Not that it's inherently bad, but just what are your thoughts about things like that, and like what did you specifically like learn from doing that?
Yeah. And I love Andy Frisella, so I'm not going to say it's a bad thing to do. I'm all for a good challenge. Just for a single mom, it was a really terrible one to choose for myself. It nearly killed me. I got really sick when I did it too. Like did I have like a sore throat or strep throat or something? And I think
I got sick a lot during that. I feel like I remember.
Yeah, I think I had the flu at one point. It was January, February, March. I mean, it was the worst time of year. Yeah, a lot of sickness was going around, and my immune system was like struggling because I was not sleeping enough just to fit in all those exercises. Like the workouts, I had to fit in 2 a day. One could be, it could be a walk, yoga, something gentle. So the days that I threw up the one day I was sick with the flu, I only did yoga and stretched and then walked for the other one. But just to get out of bed was hard enough that day. So yeah, there's not enough. It's a great workout plan. It's a great like program if you need something to just shock your body and really go gung-ho for 75 days and learn new habits and find ways to fit things into your schedule. It's a very dramatic way to do that. And it was kind of like someone challenged me and said, "You won't be able to do it. You're too busy," and like sarcastically. And I was like, "Really? Bring it on." And I was one of 2 of us out of like, I think there's 20 of us that started it together that completed it. It's ridiculous. I was like, "No, you don't challenge me." But I mean, that being said, it nearly killed me. So I wouldn't recommend something so intense for someone who has other crazy responsibilities going on. Now, if you're just a single person or if you're just working one job and you go home at 5 p.m. and you have the evening to yourself, yeah, it's definitely feasible and it's great to do to kickstart your fitness and get you like on a good path. But I wouldn't do it often. I think it's a good thing to do if you want to do like some sort of challenge, just to really push yourself and see how far you can go and move your limits a little bit higher. And then after that, find a new norm for yourself. Don't keep consistently doing that. You do need those days of rest. And I think that's super important. We'll probably talk about that a lot on this episode because I realized doing that, a couple of things. I can do anything, literally anything. I'm crazy enough, and I need more rest, especially being a woman, especially when you're sick, especially like when you're doing all these things, your body, your mind, you need to rest so you can come back stronger.
Yeah. I've never done a challenge like that, and I purposely choose not to. Not because I'm weak, not because I don't think I could do it. In terms of like seeing how far you can push yourself, I think it's like the value for that is like perfect, because it does teach you like you literally, if you get past any limit in your mind, like you really are capable of doing so much. So I think that like for that reason, it is a great thing. But to me, I don't need to do something like that to show myself that I can. And like I just know that like, and I don't doubt anybody for doing it. Like I love when people like do that, because that shows me that they are growth minded. They're up for challenge. They're up for competition and just pushing themselves to figure out the best version of themselves. But just why I haven't done it personally is because like I just know that would just be more stress in my life, which would decrease my health and make me less happy and just all sorts of things. So I already have my daily habits that fit me and are, you know, literally curated for me personally. And so to me, like, when I stick to what actually works for me, that to me, like, is the best thing. And also being a woman, like a lot of times you see on social media like these ice cold plunges and like 75 hard and just all these like crazy extreme things. And if you actually look at the science of it, again, I am not a scientist. I'm not anything like of that realm, but just based off what the research I've done, it does say that like a lot of those challenges and stuff that you see like are pretty much like, I mean, it's men making that content and it's for men. Like, they just have different genetics, they have different hormones, and like shocking their body like that, that's beneficial for them and their testosterone levels and all sorts of things. But as a woman, like, we're meant to be like slower and just more gentle on ourselves, not these crazy things. Not saying don't ever do it. There are still benefits, but when it's like that's your entire lifestyle as a woman, like, that's really tough.
Yeah, it was too intense on my body, I will say. Like, and we have our menstrual cycles to worry about too. Like, that changes. There's so much research around that too that changes your ability to keep up and do those types of like endurance things. And
yeah, well, even like the 9 to 5 framework is like for men. Like, it was made based around men. Like, men's, again, I'm not like a health expert, but from what I've heard, like, men's hormones or something like that resets every 24 hours. So that's why the 9 to 5 was even made, because it fits them and they can go to work every day and be energized and, you know, be locked in. But for women, it's every 28 days.
Oh, wow.
Like with our menstrual cycle and stuff. So it's like, that's when our hormones reset. So it's like going to a 9 to 5 job as a woman is hard, like, because like our hormones are literally fighting against it.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and that's probably why it was where the man went to work, or the men went to work, and then the woman stayed home and raised the children in the past, because it was supposed to be like it went with their bodies and what they needed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
That is nuts. Yeah. And I'm not saying like that's for everybody. I mean, I love working, but
me too. Like, we're literally one of the most hardworking women. It's just like that. Like, that, it's just fact. Like, that idea of the 9 to 5 is built around men.
It's good to understand that too, so then you know like why you're feeling burnt out all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like every month, literally.
Yeah.
Feel burnt out. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, so those challenges are nuts. I don't recommend them. I did it. Yeah, sure. But yeah. I mean, it almost was like after I did it, I felt like I just went to sleep for a month too. So did it help? Nah.
Yeah, so like in my mind, when I think of that, it's like you go for those certain amount of days that you set, and it's like that's like the motivation piece, and then it's like the next few months nobody talks about it, but then you like want to rest the whole time because you didn't take time to rest. So what I always tell people, why consistency beats motivation, is because every day you're taking one little small step and just building that, whereas motivation, it's like, yeah, one day you could like get this much done and you're up here and the consistent person's down here, but the next day when you don't want to do it, you're back down here and the consistent person just keeps building. So that's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like just being motivated in the moment. Again, not a bad thing. I'm not even saying it's a bad thing, but just like for certain people, like, just ask yourself, why do you want to do it? And like, will it actually be feasible for you? Will it be something that you think will actually benefit you?
Yeah. Yep. It was, I don't think I will ever do anything like that one again. But I also did, do you remember, oh gosh, Insanity? You were too young. So back in 2008, I think, Insanity came out. Around that
like a show or what?
It's a set of DVDs.
Oh, is it? What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name? Sean T. Sean T. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I did that.
My parents had that. Yeah, and then during softball off season, my high school coach would put that on an old TV, and we'd do that as off season workouts.
Well, it's a good, like, you can use them whenever as like just a follow along workout video. It was before they were all over YouTube, and you could just do that instead. But I did that too back in the day. Like, I did like a few weeks or whatever where you have to like do so many of the workouts. And I was in college. It was my freshman year, and I did that. So like, I like doing those things just to prove to myself that I can do them. I think that's more what it is.
And that's awesome that like, you know, that going into it, that's why you're doing it. Not that like, oh, this is going to change my entire life health wise, or just anything like that. Like, I like the intention behind it. Like, you know, that going into it.
Yeah, and it's cool to learn different types of workouts and different ways to do things. And for me, shaking it up helps a lot too because I get bored. So, like, yeah, I could go to the gym and do the same things, just adding a little weight here or there or adding more reps or whatever. But over like the course of a year of doing that, I get bored. So I'll like try a different class or go to a different fitness class or something like that. Or do I used to do the runnings. We had a run club for a while there too. For like probably like 8 months, we did like running on Saturday mornings, and so that, and I don't like running, so doing something I don't typically do helps me shake things up.
Yeah. Well, even like not that it's only boring, but even like doing the same workouts all the time, your body gets used to it almost to where it like plateaus to where you have to shock your body again. Even if it's like, okay, say you have your leg day on Monday and then your arm day on Tuesday and then chest on Wednesday, whatever. Even if you switch those days up a little bit, even if it's the same workouts, it's still like shocking your body in a way. It gets it out of its routine and it like, stimulates muscle growth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. If you're feeling like you're working out, you're doing this, it's not working. First off, look at your diet. Second off, look at what you're drinking. Third off, look at your stress and your sleep. And then look at your workouts. Well, you can look at your workouts first, but look at like shaking it up and adding in a different type of exercise. There's different ways to hit muscle groups, and you might be doing something that your body's just like, yep, same routine. I already know this. I don't have to improve myself to do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
So you have to change it because you get used to things, and it, like you said, like muscle memory, it just like you can just perform and do it. So like running a mile every day for 5 years and never increasing the distance, the elevation, your speed, anything, you're just going to stay the same.
And that's why I think it's so like important or just cool about having a coach or even a friend or that would push you is so important. Because even for myself, like at PT, like when my therapist he's usually not ever by me. It's usually just I know at this point what to do. Like he tells me what to do, but like he doesn't watch me the whole time do it. Like I just go do it. And there will be times where I'm like not pushing myself, but because in my mind I do think, oh yeah, this is still a challenge. But if he walks over and he tells me to put a bunch of weight on it, I'm like, oh my gosh. But then I do it. And it's like, he's like, there, stay at that weight. And it's like in my mind, I'm like, there's no way. But then I do it, and it's like, okay, but I never even would have like increased like that. If even like running the other day, like he's like, what percentage do you feel like you're running at right now? Which he told me to stop at 80, so I was running at 80, but I think he could tell like I wasn't having pain, so he's like, I want you to like full on sprint. And like in my mind at first, I'm just like, what? But I did. And it's like having those people there that like can see like when it is healthy for you to push past like your limits, like is so crucial. Because if you just do it by yourself, there's going to be times where like the easiest person to lie to is yourself. And like you're going to do everything you can to stay in your comfort zone because your brain literally thinks you're like in trouble, like and like dying, but you're not. But so like we'll do everything we can to stay in our comfort zone. So having people that can see that from an external perspective and be able to push us past that is like really crucial.
Yeah, and a lot of the times too, having someone watch you makes you perform better.
Yeah, it's so true.
Like working out with a friend or something, I notice I push myself way harder, like insanely harder. Because when I go there, I'm like, oh, I can do this, 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 this. And I know how it works. It's all in your head. It's all mental. It's like, oh, I'm comfortable doing this. I'll keep doing it. Maybe add a little stress. But if someone's there to, like, push you or impress or, like, you just subconsciously want to impress them and, like, really exert yourself and push yourself even harder, which is a whole mind game of its own. But
yeah,
it makes total sense, too. Like, would you run as fast as you could during a 5K if you had someone with you that you wanted to beat, or if you were by yourself?
Yeah, definitely the person you want to beat.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's just, like, our unconscious, like, wanting to do that. And it's, like, it's okay to do that. Just don't get in the conscious mind and want that and strive for that, because then it's like then you'll always have to rely on external validation. But it's okay to like let that like competitiveness come up in you, and like that's okay. But yeah, it just don't like strive for that and like only say, well, I can only work out if I have somebody with me or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no, because then you never. I mean, It's hard to find someone every time.
Yep. And then that would just be an excuse of not going to the gym or not working out and things like that.
Yeah, it is all mental too. It's like, how much do you want to improve yourself, really? Like, deep down, do you want to get better? If you do, you're going to go, you're going to do it, you're going to push yourself. Like, it's wanting better for yourself too. A lot of people don't realize it goes down to that like core value of like, I want myself to get stronger for me. It's not like I just want to look good for others. If that's your real motivation, then eventually you're going to get in a slump and you're not going to be doing that. Like, it just fades away.
Yeah.
It's not enough. It doesn't add enough value. I don't think it's just enough just to want to impress others, going to the gym, just trying to look good. I think you have to want to fight for yourself, actually, to be in it for the long haul, to actually be consistent and do it to improve your health forever.
Absolutely. I love that point because there are a lot of people that go for the cosmetic purposes, which is okay if you want to look good, but it's like, okay, what's, again, the intention behind it is because, like, I want myself to look good for myself or because I want to look good for validation from other people. And, like, if you do it for that, it's not going to last very long or you're going to resent, like, the actual doing of it.
Yeah.
And it is all mental. That's why, like, with fitness coaches, like, most fitness coaches I know, like, do teach a part of mindset, which is good because if you don't, like, if you just, you know, not to hate, but if you go on to the Y, like, to get a trainer, like, and you're only with them for a little bit, what's going to happen when, like, you don't have that trainer anymore? Are you still going to stay consistent with the habit of going to the gym? Like, all that stuff, because when you're building habits, you need to literally, like, change the belief around what you're doing. Otherwise, you're always going to, like, go back to your programs. And so it's so important to first become aware of what those programs even are that are running your life and then changing those beliefs. Because if you don't change the belief, it's just going to be a short-term thing. And you'll always self-sabotage to what you believe. So, like, if you believe that you're not worthy of being fit and healthy, you're always going to self-sabotage to make sure that you're never going to be fit and healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it on the head there.
You want to know something crazy? Sure. This is literally not even about physical health, but just about beliefs and stuff. So before I started working with the people around here, I was always early to everything. But the two leaders that I was being led by were always late, which not a bad thing. I'm not even hating. It's just that's the facts. And so now, since, like, those are the leaders, like, just naturally, like, you always, like, follow, like, whatever the leader is doing. So now I'm, like, late all the time. Like, and I'm not using it as an excuse. It's just, like, I just know that, like, that's why. And it's so funny. And Sophie always says, like, dude, you're always late. Like, you're always late. You're always late. So my brain is always hearing that. You're always late.
Yep.
And, like, I'm being so serious. Like, there are so many mornings, like, I'm not kidding, where I could be, like, 20 minutes early and I'm still 2 minutes late. Why? Because, like, it's, and I don't even do it on purpose. It's just an unconscious thing that, like, my body goes slower or I find something else to do real quick. And it's like, I'm not even consciously thinking about it. It's just like, I just had this realization the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder I'm always late, even when I could be literally so early. Like, I woke up in time, like, all this stuff. I got all my stuff around in time. Like, somehow I'm still leaving my house late. Like, why? And it's like that belief, like, people are always telling me you're always late, you know, all this stuff. And now that's the belief I have about myself, which at one point was not true. That was not a belief of mine. But yeah, it's just crazy. So it's, like, important to know what the beliefs you have about yourself, and then also, like, looking around, what are people always saying you are showing up as, or, like, all this stuff.
They say realtors are always late.
They are.
I know. That's a situational thing. That's like another phone call, I can't miss it, and it could be an opportunity.
Yeah.
But I know you guys know very well that we're always late.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I just thought, did I hit record? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah. So what's something as far as fitness and, like, habits that you've done in the past and maybe you're still doing that you think would be really beneficial for people to hear?
Yeah, so I'm with you. Like, it's hard for me to go to the gym consistently, but I do stay active consistently. not gonna lie, like before tearing my ACL, I was doing something every single day, whether that was a walk or even stretching, like something. Ever since then, like obviously I had to go a couple months without really doing a lot, so it's like I've kind of had to rebuild that habit again. But that's something for me. Like, I'm an athlete. I've always loved being active all the time. So no matter what, like I'll always find ways to stay active. 'Cause like, yeah, I know it's an important part of health, and also I just really do enjoy it. I love moving my body and exercising. I just love it. So that's something I've always consistently done, and same thing with sports. Sports have always shown up in my life, even after not being an athlete technically. For fun, like in my free time, like Sophie and I love throwing the football or throwing the softball or anything like that. Like playing a group sport with people, or even shooting the basketball. Like when I'm like at somebody's house that has a basketball hoop, like anything. I love sports related stuff. So that's something physical that I love doing. And I think just like mixing it up with that, like, yeah, lifting and stuff, and then also like the actual function piece of it with sports and stuff is great. I love it. But yeah, I would say those are like the main things that I've stayed consistent with. But something that I also wanted to say is like things that I think that people overlook in terms of physical health, like sleep. Like it seems so, I mean, we all sleep every night mostly. But it is something that a lot of people I feel like still overlook. Like when I feel like when people hear physical health, all they think about is working out. That's all they think about.
Oh yeah.
They don't think about nutrition. They don't think about sleep. They don't think about anything else other than working out. And I want to make it very abundantly clear, like physical health is literally anything that has to do with making your body healthy. So yes, that is nutrition. That is your energy. That's everything. And so I think that's something that, like, yeah, we all know we need to sleep a lot, all that stuff, but it's like how many people actually realize how much of an effect it really has. So that's like a huge key thing, because like if you don't get a certain amount of sleep, like your body doesn't even fully recover. So even if you are somebody who works out a lot and you love going to the gym, but you're not getting enough sleep, you're not even getting the like full potential of what you could be getting if you just slept more. And then another one that I think obviously people overlook is nutrition. And in terms of that, I feel like so many people are just focused on calories and then like sugar, rather than like, okay, like I need to be eating protein to make sure my muscles like recover. I feel like people when like they're like beginners in health, all they think about is like calories and sugar.
Yeah, and they
Am I wrong?
them.
Like I feel like that's just
No,
a
you're not
normal
wrong.
thing. And I feel like to me, like protein is such an important thing, especially if you are working out. Like if there's something called the window of opportunity, like 30 minutes after your workout, like if you don't get protein in at 30 minutes after working out, you literally lose like 70% of your workout.
What?
Yes, like it's
I didn't realize it was
so
that
it's
high.
like making sure that you get protein in right away so that your muscles can recover is like super important. Most people, like even with my client, and I even noticed it with myself. And so when she set this goal for herself, I was like, okay, you see how hard it is. Or I didn't say that right away when she set the goal, obviously, but when she came back to me the next week and said that she didn't complete that goal completely, I was like, yeah, it's hard, it's tough. But she like set a goal to, because you want to eat your body weight in protein or like a little more. So like I'm like 120, so I would want to eat 120 grams, not 120 pounds, 120 grams in protein or more. So yeah, so that was the goal that we set, one of the goals that we set. And when she came back to me, I was like, so we were going through all the goals that we set, and we got to that one. I was like, so how'd that one go? And she was like, it was really hard, because like so many of us don't track our food. And like I have talked about this in past episodes, but for me, like I really got serious about my nutrition when I when I had an injury, because like I knew like, okay, I need to feed my body what it needs. And I didn't realize like I eat 3 meals a day. Like I eat a lot. I've never been someone that doesn't eat. Like I've never had to worry about that. But when you actually track it, you realize like how much food you really need to refuel your body. And I realized like how I wasn't even getting close to my protein goal, anything like that. And so shakes and stuff like that really come in clutch, like high protein
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, it is tough, but like you just got to do those hard things and like remember that it's like this is essential. So like I know for me, like someone who does eat like pretty healthy, like I track my food, I'm an athlete, and I'm even like on the lower side of the weight, like so like I don't have to get as much protein in as some other people. I can't even imagine, like, so it's like you can't even, like, if you're not tracking your food and like all this stuff, then you are definitely missing out on protein. So I feel like that is a huge thing that I think people overlook with physical health. Yeah, that was a lot of yapping, but just yeah, I think that's like a huge thing that people don't think about.
Yeah, you're starving yourself. Like your muscles are eh, you're wasting all that energy working out that muscle so hard if you're not fueling it afterwards. It just goes down the drain and it just tears it down and doesn't get to completely rebuild as good as it could be. It's like driving a car without changing the oil. You're just tearing down the engine. Like it's not gonna keep going eventually. It's
Yeah.
gonna burn out.
I mean, because literally, like muscle growth, like when you work out, you're tearing your muscle, and then when your protein, the proteins in your body and all that stuff, like it literally repairs it and it comes back stronger. So, and so many people like compare that to like challenges in life. Like, yeah, you're getting broke down in those
Ooh.
moments, but it's like then it's rebuilding you to become better. So that's like people will compare that to your muscles
Wow.
because when you work out, yeah, you're tearing your muscles and the proteins in your body are there to repair it. But if you're not eating protein, then you're just constantly tearing your muscles down in there and it's not repairing like it should.
Yeah, if you're not sleeping, drinking water, eating right, eating protein, like you're just starving your body and tearing it down.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So where do I want to go with this? You mentioned something about functional movement too. I was like, ooh, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
The difference between, like, I've seen so many videos too online where it's like these are functional exercises where it's more compound and it works out like muscle groups instead of isolating just one muscle. Like there's all different kinds of ways we can take this.
Yeah. I think for me, I really like to look at or just ask myself, okay, what were our ancestors doing? The movements that they were doing. Even like with like barbell squats and going straight down, like all that stuff. They weren't necessarily doing that. They were mostly
Yeah.
doing like more like a like RDLs or bent over row. Like it just like it's just not that squats are bad. That's not even what I'm saying. Like I squat obviously. But it's just like thinking of like how can I add more functional movements in so that I'm giving like my body what it was actually made to do. Cuz like if you just work out all the time like a bodybuilder and then you try to go in your day-to-day life, you're stiff, you're tense, like everything hurts and it's like because like yeah, you're strong technically, but are you functional and can actually go through life like healthy? And so like I think that's a huge thing. Even like shoes. I have a pair of barefoot shoes and I love wearing Birkenstocks during the summer because like it spreads your feet apart because that's how our feet are supposed to be. Our feet are legit supposed to be spaced out like our hands, like our toes are.
Yeah.
But they're
Not
squished
pinched.
together and even some will like overlap your other toes because our shoes are like made like this and that is not healthy. That causes a lot of foot issues with people, like causes knee injuries because it starts with your feet and comes up and
Yup.
just a bunch of stuff. So it's like that's why I have a pair of barefoot shoes. They're not cute, but
They're not.
they're not. But it's it's just like, and I don't wear them all the time. I do wear shoes for style as well. Like, but when I can, I like to wear my Birkenstocks or my barefoot shoes.
Yeah, you notice I'm not wearing heels today.
Yeah.
These are cool too, but I'm wearing flats because I hurt my knee wakeboarding.
Oh no.
It didn't
bro.
like hurt. I didn't like actually injure it during. It was the next day. I was like, oh shoot, like that. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
But also, I haven't been training in the gym like regular, and I just went out and jumped on a wakeboard and just
Ugh,
expected
yeah.
myself to be able to just do that, and I can't. So I mean, I did it, but not as long as I typically can ride. So I was like, no, that was the push I needed because last year I jumped on and I was in way better cardio shape. I was able to go like around the lake multiple times. This time it was like horrible. Like I got up and everything and rode, but it was like,
Yeah.
so I did hurt my knee a little bit. So I've been wearing flats this week, just to let it recover. But I will say about the shoe thing, when I was in like the modeling world, everyone was wearing like the pointed heels and like these insane heels, and it hurt my ankles all the time. I had to get inserts. I would go like right after work and put on like I had Hokas and like thick sneakers I'd put on immediately after to help my feet recover. I like lost feeling in my pinky toe for months because of the pinched off shoes we wore just to
Wow, dude.
It's insane. So I do have a couple of pointed toe heels for like photo shoots or for like an event. But I started buying if you're a woman and you like cute shoes and you still want to like you want to have cute shoes that aren't killing your feet, I started getting the square toe heels. It's in style right now, and like they look cute, but it gives your toes more room to breathe and not feel confined, and then your feet don't hurt, and then your ankles don't hurt, and then your knees don't hurt as bad, even if they're high heels. That's why I have a lot of heels and boots that are square toe, is because it's easier on my ankles and feet, and it still looks cute and stylish. So there's a hack for you guys.
Yeah.
Pointed toes, they look good, they're classy, but they're horrible.
Yeah.
They're so bad on your feet.
It's so bad. Yeah, it's just crazy that we even came to that. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
It's insane. And you think about ballerinas, like
Gosh.
doing point, that deforms their feet. The bones like fuse that way. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's really bad actually.
It's sad.
But yeah, so what did you
That was my
ask
shoe
me?
tangent.
Yeah, you asked me a question.
Functional movement, though.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I answered that question then. Is there anything like that you love health-wise that like could be considered maybe like a fad or a trend or something? Like, is there anything that just like you are like, you back to the day you die, like this is like, you need to be doing this for your physical health?
Yoga.
Mm.
I will die on that cross.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I don't mean just like power yoga or any specific kind, but just in general, stretching your body in ways that are healthy in yoga. Like that's what it is. It's stretching your body with breath work. It's not like this voodoo thing. People think
don't even get me started, bro.
But people that do it tend to become very cultish, and they love it so much that they do it all the time. So I can see why people get that impression.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, it's stretching your body.
Stretching your body.
Like what?
Literally. There's breath work with it, and it's just connecting your mind, body, and that's where people start to think it's a religious thing or something. I don't know,
No,
but yeah,
it's not a sin. It's not.
Seriously. It's so good for you, and even like especially guys should be doing yoga. You don't have to go to the yoga studio and wear tight pants. Not what I'm saying. You can follow a YouTube video at home, but I used to help guys like in the gym when I would train them. Like they would come to my yoga class. It was gentle yoga, and it helped stretch out their muscles. Like bodybuilders like would come to this because they're so tight and tense, and they can hardly use their body functionally to move for the functional movement stuff, because they're bulking the muscle so big that it can't rotate. Like the joint can't move around it very well. So that, and it relieves all the lactic acid buildup. So stretching after you lift or just doing yoga regularly is so good for you, and it helps you sleep. It helps digestion. Like if you're constipated, like literally there's so many ways you can use yoga to help make your life better. And I mean like the breathing alone, if you're upset about something, you're angry, you're going through it, like just doing some breath work and following like a script or like a YouTube video where they tell you count to 3 as you inhale and then exhale for 3. It guides you through it.
Exhale for 5 or more.
Oh,
if
well,
the
that was
inhale
just
is 3.
Yeah. Yeah. You like half it?
What?
You half it and double it or
well,
whatever?
Exhale should always be
1.5?
longer than the inhale.
Mm-hmm.
Because where you get the relaxation is from from a long exhale. And when you exhale all your breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love breath work.
I started it in cheerleading because we had to work on, like, we would put our hand when we learned how to like yell the chants and the cheer stuff. Like we had to like hold our stomach so we could feel the movement, and we would all be on the same breath.
Yeah. Because I'm still really bad at breathing. Like, I breathe from my chest a lot. Like, and it's like, you're supposed to breathe from your stomach to get, like, deep, long breaths, not short, like, fast breaths. But yeah.
It's good
That's
for
a
your
good
heart
one.
too, and your cardio, and it just
And
everything.
I think it's good for like, I could be wrong, guys. Like I could be totally wrong on this, but I think it's good for like inflammation too, like in your face and stuff. Like it like makes your face less puffy and stuff if you're actually
Really?
taking long deep breaths. I could be
see
totally
that.
wrong on that. I don't know that for a fact.
It's
but
getting more oxygen to your whole
Yeah.
body, into your blood. Like it's just like
Yeah.
circulating everything. So I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy. So yeah, yoga would be my one thing. I think anybody and everybody should do it. My grandma, I helped her with some yoga poses and when I say poses, she's not balancing on her head, guys. I don't do those. It gives me headaches. Like
Yeah.
the inversions are awesome, but it's not all yoga is about. It's just connecting your body and your mind and just breathing and stretching and just feeling and being like in tune with your body. Like when you're holding a stretch, you're breathing and you think about that muscle and you focus into it and you can feel the stretch, like you sag and get deeper into it. It's crazy when you really get mindful about it and like put your energy into it. I'm probably butchering all the words because it's been so long since I've taught, but it's just so good for you. And even the elderly do yoga. I helped my grandma. I used to teach a class that was all old women too one time. It was like 2 years going. We had a crew that came every week. It was so cute. And it was like very gentle and specific for their bodies. It wasn't like crazy intense. It was very soothing for them. And yeah, I'm a firm believer in yoga. Even if you don't want to call it yoga and you just want to say you stretch, that's fine.
Yeah. That's it's so funny that you like bring that up because a couple of days ago that was something that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like when I first started personal growth, like that was something I did like every morning, every night I would stretch."
Mm-hmm.
And you would think with an injury that I would be doing that more now. I don't stretch ever, like, and I can tell like my body hurts all the time. My left shoulder like every day hurts so bad. I'm not even left hand dominant. I don't know why. It hurts all the time. My legs hurt, like, and it's like, and I'm not like as flexible as I should be. Like in my mind, like nobody told me that. I just like feel like I could be more. So it's like I need to stretch more for sure. And it's so funny. I love yoga, especially hot yoga. That's like my favorite because it's like 2 in 1. Because you're getting like the benefit of like sauna and like sweating it all out and stuff, and then also stretching and stuff at the same time. So I actually have credits at a yoga studio. Like me, I bought like goat yoga for me and Sophie one time because she really wanted to do it. And then they had to like reschedule it like 2 times like last summer. And then by the time they rescheduled it for the 3rd time because of like weather and stuff, I had already tore my ACL. And they were going to give me a refund, but then she realized she couldn't give refunds. So she just gave me credits and I still haven't used them. So hopefully I still have them at the yoga studio. Yeah. Because now I can do it. So yeah, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. I have a couple of friends in town that teach here and they're like, you need to teach again. I'm like, I need
another
to do
thing.
All the
nah.
things. maybe later. No, I would love to. I absolutely loved teaching, but I'm very, very busy already with other things.
Yeah.
But I will go to a class. Yes.
Yeah. That's something that I would love to just do consistently. Go to a yoga class. Yeah.
It is kind of pricey too. I know people always say that like, oh, it's so expensive. But if you think about like the cost of a Y membership or whatever too, or the cost of dying of a heart attack, you know.
Yeah.
It's preventative. It's like preventative maintenance. And I really think health insurance should help with that. Because if they're paying for you when you're sick, why wouldn't they pay for you to prevent getting sick, you know?
Yeah.
Something to
Medical
think about.
industry.
I know. Something to think about.
Yeah. I think some things for me that I'll like always stand by are like red meat. Like you'll see in the media a lot of times, even if you probably search up on Google right now. I wonder if Google's getting better at it though, that now people are like realizing like they're seeing through the facade. But like the food pyramid that we were always taught growing up and like the portions, like red meat and just meat in general is like so low. Dairy, eggs, like stuff like that, so like such little portions, and then grains and stuff are huge. It's the most one. Makes no sense.
Does not.
When we all actually like literally so many people have a gluten intolerance, they just don't really realize it until after they stop eating gluten. And Yeah, because it's really like not, grains are not as good for you as like people like make them out to be. And red meat is not as bad as people make it out to be. Like they're like, oh, it'll clog your arteries and all this stuff and like make you have heart attacks, all this stuff. No, actually that's not true. Yes, if you're eating like McDonald's burgers every single day,
soaked in butter.
It's not even butter, it's seed oils.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like putting canola oil. That's the part that's making your arteries clog up and all the stuff. Like it's not the meat. And yeah, I'm not talking about like hot dogs and all this processed lunch meat that's like made in factories. Like I'm talking about just like red meat straight from a cow. Like that stuff is so healthy for you. And like what people don't realize because they just kind of go with what they've been told their whole life. When you do research, like red meat is the only food that has every nutrient you need. It has the B12, it has the iron, it has literally everything. And so that's why I take beef organs as a supplement, because obviously I don't want to be actually eating beef organs. That's gross. Some people do like that, but I'm just like, I'd rather just take it in a supplement. And there's no additives, because like that's a huge thing too, is like if you go buy vitamins at the store, look at the ingredients list, like first thing is probably sugar, and the rest is like the nutrients, but it's like factory made, lab made nutrients, and it's like very low quality. It's like I'm not gonna consume that. Like that's just crazy. So to me, I would rather get those nutrients in a food. And yes, like the beef organs is a supplement, but like all it is food just in a gelatin pill so that you can take it. And it's liver, pancreas, heart, kidney, and something else. But yeah. So that's like what beef organs is, and to me that's like my multivitamin because it has all the nutrients you would need and it's just food. And ever since I started taking those my junior or senior year of high school, and like just such an improvement in energy and yeah, so many things. And then so my senior softball season, like I was taking 3 different supplements that were by the brand that I love. So they have like beef organs, and they have like just other things like bone matrix. I'm taking that right now because of this. And like since I started taking bone matrix again, because that's something I took in high school, but I stopped because I was like, oh, I don't really need it. But then like to find out I have like low bone, I don't even know. I'm getting a scan in like 2 weeks. But anyways, I stopped having as prominent pain when I started taking that again, and that's why I've been able to be running and cutting and jumping again. So I don't know if that's why, but it's the same timeline. Like I stopped having as much pain when I started taking that. So yeah, so that's like something that I will always stand behind. When you think of health food, a lot of people will be like, oh, veggies, and it's like, no, red meat is the healthiest food. Because if like you look at a vegan who only eats vegetables, if you literally like have to look at all the supplements they have to take to make sure that they get the nutrients that they need, because vegetables don't have all the nutrients that you need. And again, with all those supplements, it's a lot of lab made stuff, low quality nutrients, when you could just eat red meat and it has everything you need. So yeah, that's why I just like a lot of vegans like lose their hair and just like don't feel good. They have like low energy and stuff. So it's like I just think that that's something that's villainized in like the media light and like propaganda, but it's like something that like is actually the healthiest food for you.
Yeah, and unfortunately there's a lot of inhumane people out there that have ruined it and caused a lot of publicity to make it look like every farmer is a bad farmer, or they don't take care of their animals or treat them well or pray, like over them when they die. Like, you know what I mean? Like there are great farmers out there that do it in a good way.
And that's why a lot of people like say it's unhealthy too, because there's like mass production farms and things like that. I'm not talking about those either. Like I'm talking about like grass-fed, free range cows, free range chickens. They're just eating grass. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, and that's why your grass-fed, grass-finished beef at the store is the most expensive, because it's the highest quality. But I always say don't let perfect ruin good. So like if you have to get the cheaper one, I mean I do right now in my stage of life, do it. But yeah. And it's important to get the one, like if you are like wanting the best quality, to get the one that doesn't just say grass fed, but the one that says grass fed and grass finished. Because the ones that just say grass fed means that, yeah, the cow was fed grass their entire life, but then right before they about like killed them, like slaughtered them, they'd like feed them a bunch of like grains and stuff to fatten them up right before they get killed. So you got to make sure it's grass fed, grass finished.
That's
if you want
crazy.
the highest quality.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's something I stand behind. Sorry, I like have so many in my brain. I think one too is like sunscreen. So many people are like, "Oh, wear sunscreen every single day." Like, trust me, I got burnt. Getting burnt is not good either. But so many sunscreens. So many people are like you have to wear sunscreen or you're gonna get skin cancer. It's crazy if you look at like the timeline of it. When sunscreen became a thing, that's when skin cancer started to become a thing.
Ooh.
It correlates. I don't know what the ingredient is. I would have to look, but there's a certain ingredient in sunscreen that causes cancer. And for a while, it was just a conspiracy theory. And then like 2 years ago, a lot of the companies literally had to recall their products because it was a fact then. Like they found out. So it's like, that's something I always stand behind. So a brand that I use when I do have to wear sunscreen is Blue Lizard. So yeah, it doesn't have that one ingredient in it. I don't remember what it is, but
I know what you're saying because it's on some of them. It says does not contain whatever that is, and I can't think of the word.
Like benzene, I don't know, something. I don't know. It's some of those scientific words on the ingredient label, but yeah. And I think, gosh, I could just talk about this topic forever. But like rule of thumb, like going into like nutrition and stuff, like if it has a long ingredient label, you probably, you can eat it, that's your choice, but like it's not healthy. Like if it has a list of ingredients, then it's not the healthiest option for you.
I will say on the skincare thing too, I use like raw coconut oil. It comes in like a jar, like you would scoop it out and put it to cook with it. But you can also put your finger in there, or like your nail or a spoon, and scoop it out, and you put it between your hands and let it melt and rub it until it melts, and then it's like an oil. That's what I use every morning and every night for the last like 6 months or so. And I got a massage the other day, and the girl's like, "What do you use on your skin?" I was like, "Dude, coconut oil, literally." And I first off started using it in my hair and on my face because my face is very sensitive to like certain lotions and stuff, and the really nice face creams and things are very expensive. So for a while there, I was just using it because I was being a cheap ass. But I realized it was so much better like under my eyes where I would get irritation from any cream. And so, yeah, for like off and on for a couple years, I've been using it like just on my face or on the ends of my hair when it's dry. But I started all over just using it, and I got sunburnt and a little bit of it peeled, but not as much as it would have had I not used this coconut oil like twice a day. And Theo uses it now, and it's just like there's nothing else in it. It's just coconut oil. That's it. And I know what I'm putting on my skin, and your skin is your biggest organ that absorbs your environment. So what you put on it is going inside you.
Yes, that is another thing that people don't think about is your skin is your biggest organ. And going with that, beef tallow is another good one to use. It's for cooking usually, but like you can use it on your skin, and it kind of works the same way. But and that's why it's so important to make sure that like the sunscreens you're using are good, like all your skincare, and why I love aluminum-free deodorant as well.
Oh yeah, that too.
Because that's where your lymph nodes are. So it's like if you're putting in like aluminum, like metals, like it just doesn't even make sense. Like metals going into your body. Like yes, we have metals in our body like naturally, but not like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I use aluminum free deodorant as well.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good one that works too.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I've
tried them all.
I've tried Native because I use Native like shampoo and conditioner. Tried that. No, I just sweat right through it. And it's like that's not gonna work. But what I found is Dr. Teal's.
Oh yeah, okay.
Have you used that one?
No, but the Arm & Hammer one.
Oh yeah, that one.
I use that one.
Works.
It's I think for guys, but that's what I use.
Yeah, I use Dr. Teal's eucalyptus. It smells good, so
Ooh.
good. But yeah, I went through the troubles of like Native, and I think I tried another one. I'm like, this does not work.
Dude, I have a funny story real quick.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 14 or 15, my grandma took me to visit my cousins in California. And my second cousin, she's between my mom and my age. So she's a good deal older than me, but I always thought she was so cool and hip. She's, out in California. She's like a little hippie. But she was raised in like the Midwest. So she's like got that Midwestern values and then went out there, whatever. Anyhow, I'll never forget. I thought it was the weirdest thing. She was like putting coconut oil under her armpits, and I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, what is this? And she's like, oh, there's some bad stuff in that deodorant. Like, Secret was what I used at the time back in, the early 2000s. Everyone used the same thing. Or Teen Spirit. Do you remember Teen Spirit? That was before
I don't remember that one. I do know Secret, obviously.
You guys know what I'm talking about. But there's crap in it. Like, it was not good for you. And they've probably changed since. But anyways, she was doing that. I was like, what is this hippie shit that she's doing? And now I'm rubbing coconut oil all over my body.
Literally. Yeah, it's crazy, like, how important those little things that we, like, take for granted or don't really even think about because that's just what we were taught our whole life. It's crazy how much, like, it could be causing sicknesses and things like that. So it's really important just to be intentional. And I don't ever want to be, like, the extremist of any side. Like, I don't like get so, because like when I first started becoming aware of this stuff, I was like every little thing I was like, oh my gosh, like it almost makes you go crazy. Like, but it's like, just understand that, like, again, don't let perfect ruin good. Just try and do the best you possibly can with the resources you do have.
Yeah. And on that note, we should talk too about, like, as far as nutrition goes, like, I love eating out. I love going to a new restaurant. Like, there's a lot just popping up left and right in our city, and it's a social thing for me. I like to, like, get out and about. So what's something you do, and then I can talk about me too, when you go out to eat, what is something you do to stay on track to being healthy and being intentional with what you're putting in your body?
Yeah, so, like, if I have a choice of, like, say, like, after this episode, it's late, like, I need to get dinner or whatever, like, to me, there's only two options, like, in my mind. There's Subway, which still isn't the healthiest, but it's better than some, or Chipotle. Like,
I had Chipotle yesterday.
So, I'm like, to me, that's like being as intentional as it can. But eating out at restaurants and stuff, like, if you want to be on the really extremist side and like you really are doing the animal-based diet, which is meat, fruit, dairy, raw dairy, and then raw honey and like eggs and stuff like that. Asking like what they cook their meat in. There are some nicer in places that still cook in beef tallow, but most places will tell you like canola oil, all that stuff, and that's no. By the way, the oils you do want to cook in, if you want to not use canola oil or anything like that, oils that are good are extra virgin olive oil,
that's what I use.
coconut oil, and then avocado oil. But anything else, not good. Sunflower oil, not good. Canola oil, not good. Like peanut oil, none of that. Not good. So that's really important. But anyways, back to the restaurants. For me, like, if I can, like, if it's like a restaurant that has steak, I usually get that. Or like sushi to me looks pretty healthy, raw fish and then white rice, all that stuff. But if I don't know if it's like a restaurant I haven't been to and I want to be intentional, like, especially like something, a specific prompt I use ChatGPT a lot. Again, we had a whole conversation about it, but like, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like, if I want to know answers, like, and I don't have them, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So when I first tore my ACL, like, I literally, like, every time I went to a restaurant, I was like, what would an elite pro athlete eat at X restaurant? If it's like a local restaurant, just put what kind of restaurant it is, who's dealing with a torn ACL. And so I'd give it that prompt and it would give me perfect ideas. So like at a Mexican restaurant, it would say a fajita with corn tortillas or no tortillas at all, or like stuff like that, or like, because it has the steak, the peppers, all that stuff. So that's what I do. And in my brain, again, like, if I know they have steak and stuff like that, I just go with that option because steak is like the best.
Oh my gosh, yes. But it's expensive. So that is one thing that
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, well, the salmon's half the price, or the
Yeah,
shrimp.
and that's still perfect. Like, that's still good.
Oh, I love salmon. It's so good for you. So delicious. And I love Cajun salmon. Like, what? It's so good. So what do I do when I go out?
Yeah.
Sometimes I splurge and I don't think too much about it and I get fries with stuff. And it's harder with a kid, I will say, because I'll usually share, if we're at like a fancier restaurant, I'll just share a meal with him because he doesn't eat much. And we've done the kids meal thing and he'll eat 2 bites and then it's like into the fridge for leftovers, you know? And it's like, wow, that wasn't worth, whatever we paid. But sometimes I'll get something that's like a chicken, whatever, sandwich or a wrap or something that he'll take a few bites of the meat and then he'll eat the fries. So I do that with Theo a lot. But if like Ryan and I go out or if I'm just out with a friend or something, I'll usually look for either something that's like chicken, steak, salmon, or shrimp. And then I'll try to make sure I pick something that isn't all like if it's a pasta, I want it to be a homemade pasta. So we just went to the new restaurant, Hideout's new restaurant. They actually have a shrimp scampi that is homemade noodles.
Oh, that sounds so good right now.
Oh my gosh, it was like melt in your mouth good.
Gosh.
That's one of my favorite
things. That's like
things.
pasta to me, like their pasta, bro. Oh my gosh.
So much butter
so
there.
Good.
Oh
know,
my gosh.
So
it is good. It is good. It's worth it too if you hardly
Or
ever.
if it's like natural butter, which at restaurants it's most likely not, but if it's natural butter like made with no seed oils, then butter is actually pretty good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like just because our butters are filled with seed oils now. Same with coffee creamers. Coffee creamers are literally banned in other countries because they just have so many seed oils in it. Yet they're fine here. There's some wild food items here that are banned in other countries, and it's just like. Also, sorry not to interrupt you, but
No,
like to look at like the health experts that are running in like that are in the government. Obviously, I think it got better this year. Cause like RFK, like he's jacked, but before that, it's obese people that are running our health. It just doesn't make sense. Like I'm not like saying they're bad people, but it's like, why would we want an obese, unhealthy person running our health department?
I'm not taking their advice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that makes no sense. So, anyways, keep going.
No, that's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but if it's a place that's really like high scale and they like I know things are mostly homemade, I'll get like a pasta or something with meat. But I usually look for a dish that has like broccoli or asparagus or Brussels sprouts. I love all 3 of those. So then you get your greens, you get your protein, and you're good. And now sometimes we will get dessert, but I did make it a thing where it's like either we're getting drinks for a long time, for probably like 10 years of my life. I was like, all right, I'm either getting a drink with my dinner or dessert. Like it's not both because both are full of calories.
I love that, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
it's like a treat. Like a fancy drink is a treat. So that's kind of how I've balanced it my whole life was like either you're getting, a drink or a dessert. If I'm with Theo, it's usually a dessert and we'll split it, or we just get meals and that's it. And we don't always, it's so different too. It's a cultural thing, I think, but going out with certain people like that grew up a different way than I did, they'll order appetizers every time. I'm like, I've never. I mean, unless it's a Mexican restaurant, they bring out that chips and salsa.
Yeah, free chips and salsa.
Yeah, or guacamole. That's healthy and delicious. I always get guacamole, but it was like that's another $15. Like you didn't need to spend on food that's gonna make you full, so you can't even eat your full meal. To me, that sometimes it's a waste. When it's a social thing where you're all sharing trying new things, that's awesome. But I always look at Ryan. I'm like, we don't need an appetizer. Like. The meal's plenty for me. I don't know why we have to do that. Let's order the meal now, get it cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, and something too is like I'm usually really, really good about not eating fast food. Like it makes me feel gross. It makes me feel sick. And there was a time in my life where when I again first started getting into personal growth, I was like, okay, I'm not drinking pop this year, not eating fast food. And I stayed with the fast food one for like 6 months until I went on vacation with my mom and stepdad, and it's just like in those situations when you're driving on vacation, like you really don't have a choice. I gotta eat. So it's like that's when I kind of broke it. But it's like when I have to eat fast food, same with like when we go to Florida with Sophie's parents, like we gotta just get something quick because we're driving down there. If it's something that has grilled chicken, I get that instead because like obviously the fried food is cooked in a bunch of seed oils, and not to say the grilled chicken wasn't cooked in that, but it's still healthier than the fried food and all that stuff, and I hold off on the fries, all that stuff. So grilled chicken's another like option for you if you have to eat fast food and stuff like that. But yeah,
I have a strong opinion against fast food.
Yeah,
like literally when I traveled for work, I drove across the Midwest. Like, it was my job to drive from city to city. And I found ways not to eat it. I'm not gonna lie. And I literally lived out of my car all week.
Yeah, if it was under my choice, just because I wasn't the one driving and stuff and paying for it, like I wasn't paying for it. Like it was just I had no other choice. I was a kid. Like, but like if it was me driving, I would stop at a grocery store and just run in real quick and get things like that, like fruit, like anything like that. Like that's what I would choose to do. But
yeah, there's ways. Like, so I would go to gas stations and get like a Cliff Bar protein bar, or find like a MetRx protein bar. Those things are loaded with protein. Those will fill you up. So I would do that, but I would prep. Like, I would have, because I traveled all the time, I would have like a box of protein bars in the trunk in a cooler so they wouldn't melt. And then I would have like trail mix. I would bring like bananas or whatever if I knew I was going to be gone however many days. I would have peanuts, almonds. And then I had like protein shakes too that were like the kind that don't need to be refrigerated until you open them. So I would do that and have that in the car. So I would be ready for like during the day. And then I would go to Jimmy John's as my like go-to fast food. Or I would like search along my trail. Like, I would look ahead and plan ahead. I know it takes time, but I was like on a super fit mission. Like, I wasn't gonna cave and eat crappy fast food that made me super thirsty. Then I had to drink a lot. Then I had to stop and pee a lot because of all the salt in the food. So I'd plan ahead, and then I would go to like Applebee's a lot, and I would order for pickup, and then I would like plan it so as soon as I was done with my event or whatever, I'd pick it up, and I'd get like a steak, broccoli, and maybe it's like potatoes, and take it to my hotel with me and just eat it there. But I would do that, and I would like plan ahead and like make sure there was one, and I could do like order on the app, get it ready.
Nice, yeah.
I had a whole system, and
that's great.
It was, yeah. And to this day, I don't think I've had fast food. I'm trying to think. I had Culver's once in the last like 2 years, but Chick-fil-A doesn't count.
Yeah, so to me, like when I think of fast food, unless like I'm ordering fries at that place or whatever, but like to me, Subway, like in my mind, that's just me personally. I'm not saying for everybody. In my mind, Subway doesn't count for me.
Yeah.
Chipotle doesn't count for me. Chick-fil-A doesn't count if I get the right thing.
Right.
And then, yeah, that's like about it. I mean, obviously, like Smoothie King or whatever. Again, if you get the right thing.
Yeah, I love Smoothie King.
McAllister's is a place like
Panera,
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Like, can be fast food, but if you get the right thing, like in my mind, I don't really necessarily consider it fast food. But
there's ways around it. Like, you will never see me at a McDonald's. I'm sorry.
Nah,
I hope they never listen to this episode. But I will never go there.
Yeah.
I've just seen too many things, and like like on the internet and stuff, like horror stories. And yeah. Well, I was actually talking to someone the other night about this. I think it was Ryan. We were talking about fast food, and like, if you're that hungry and you need to pull in, no, you don't need that. You just drink a bunch of water to hold you over.
Fast.
Go to a gas station and get a protein bar and like make it somewhere else, because I tell him it's a visual thing for me too. Like, I envision when I think, okay, I'm hungry, I drove past the place, I smelled the fries, it smelled good. The first thing that like clicks in my mind, and I don't know what happened to me in the past to make this, maybe it was my nutrition class in college, I immediately think of a visual of a picture of an artery. I'm not even kidding. And like the clog and the blockage that grease will make.
Yeah.
Because of what I've learned
That's
in school,
awesome.
it just immediately, I think of clogged arteries when I think of those places. And it just,
that's great.
It makes me not hungry at all.
Yeah. And like the thing that I always tell people is like, just straight up, fast food equals short life. Like, just think of it like that. And what I tell people too, like, to just think of your food like in two categories, like energy givers and energy takers. So like asking yourself, okay, when I eat this, is it going to give me energy or is it going to take it away? And I'm not saying like you always have to eat energy givers, but kind of using the 80-20 rule and like knowing, at least having the awareness that like, okay, you want some ice cream, that's going to take your energy away, but are you okay with it in that moment? Yes, if you are okay with that choice, just understand that it is going to take your energy away and stuff like that. So that's just like two categories that helps me like think before I eat, like, okay, like, is this gonna give me energy or is it gonna take it away?
Ice cream is the only exception, I will say.
I have a sweet tooth so bad, bro. Like, I love cookies, I love ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream in the summer, like, no more than once a week with the kid, and like going out for ice creams in the Jeep is so fun, but I will not do it every day. And I will say, like, because I choose such a healthier path all the time, it's fine. It'll
Yeah.
balance out.
Yeah. And yeah, I think too, like, to your point, like, to me, like, if I do eat fast food, which I never do, but like the one time in the year when I like do, I notice a difference. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes me feel disgusting. I feel bloated. Like, it's just bad. And so, like, I don't even know what I was gonna say. This happens all the time, every episode.
I can't even eat it. I will get sick now.
Yeah, like, it
That's
literally makes me
bad.
sick. Like, and same thing. So what I was gonna say earlier too, like, when I stopped eating, when I said I'm not eating fast food anymore and I'm not drinking pop anymore, which I never was really a heavy pop drinker, but yeah, I like just made those like boundaries for myself like years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago now, 3 years. And like I remember there was a time after that year where I was like, I'm just gonna, like, somebody else had pop, and again, I was never a heavy pop drinker, but like I did like Dr. Pepper in the past, all that stuff. I took a sip of somebody else's, and it's so different. I could taste, it's like I could taste the fakeness. Like, it didn't even taste like pop. Like, I was like, how are you drinking this? And it's just like, when you go so long after not doing something, same thing with fast food, that's why it makes us feel sick now. It's like your body literally like sees right through it. Like, I can't even. So like, pop is something I've never ever picked up again. Like, it's just like, ugh. Yeah,
I never liked
gross.
it. As a kid even, I never liked it. It hurts my throat. I have like acid reflux really bad.
Yeah, I have acid reflux too, but I love Celsius, like sparkling.
Dude, I've never once drank a whole can of soda in my whole life.
Dang,
Isn't that crazy?
that's awesome.
It's a good thing to not like.
Yeah.
But if you think about it too, it's like, why would I waste like calories or like waste drinking something when I could go have like a cookie or ice cream? To me, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's something I've never really struggled with because I love water. Like, I don't know how people don't like water. Like, it's mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
Like, I drink so much water, and like that's pretty much all I drink next to like coffee and Celsius. But other than that, like, I drink so much water. So it's just like, I forget that it's like a thing that people like drink drinks like that all the time. And
Crazy.
like again, since I've never had to think about it, I forget about it, but that's where a lot of people's calories are going, and it's like, why even waste your calories on that?
And it's an easy thing to cut out. I mean, they have the withdrawals and all that. Just have a coffee. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Okay, so this was a question that like I want us to both put our input in. But like, what's like snacks that you found as well as drinks
I was gonna ask you about snacks.
that you like have found that like you like that are still healthy, but they're also pretty easy.
Okay, so before Theo, I never snacked. Literally, I'm too busy to snack. Like, growing up, I mean, yeah, popcorn with a movie, whatever. But like, I feel like I grew up in not a wealthy household, pretty poor, maybe borderline. But we would just have our meals, and if you didn't eat your meal, you didn't eat. Like, that was it.
Same.
So I grew up with that, and I was like, oh, that's how it is. And I've been to people's houses as a kid, like, oh, we're gonna have chips and this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. But like, that was the only time I would have them was when I was there. And then I started to look around. I'm like, they're overweight. There's a reason. Like, no offense, great people, but their habits are terrible. And it's just like, I don't know. I think for me, I never had a reason to snack until Theo came along. And now we do here and there. Like, he wants to have snacks. That's what he loves. But he likes to pick and munch. But even like, I don't know, even at like parties in college, my snacks were chips and salsa. Like, that's what I gave.
Yeah, I'm not a snacker either. But sometimes, like, if I don't have time to pack a lunch, I just eat a snack to replace my lunch. But I'm not like okay, I eat breakfast, then I snack in between breakfast and lunch, and then I eat lunch, and then I snack between lunch and dinner, and then I have dinner, and then I snack after dinner. Like, that is not me. So actually, what I was going to bring up earlier, and so it kind of comes up now, is like the proportion sizes in America compared to other countries as well is so much higher. Like, the standards eat 3 meals a day, all this stuff, and like proportions are huge, like plates full, and it's like you really actually don't need that much food. Like,
No.
yeah,
6-ounce steak, that's all I get if I go out, like if they have that option.
Yeah, like you really, it's actually like in so many people, like when you feel that sense of, I mean, you want to catch it before you get it because it takes like 20 minutes for your food to digest. But when you start to realize like, okay, like I'm getting full, don't eat past that. Like so many people are like, well, I got to finish my plate. And it's like, then they stuff it all in, but then they feel miserable after. And there's a reason for that because you really are not supposed to eat that much food.
I can't.
Like our intestines, like our digestive system is here. And like you're eating that much food, like that's a lot on your body. And it's so important too to like eat, I think it's 2 hours is you want to wait, like you want to make sure like from the time you go to bed, you want to make sure the last thing you ate before you go to bed is like at least 2 hours
prior.
before. Because it takes so much energy for our bodies to digest food. And so if you eat right before bed, like you're probably going to be tossing and turning, and if you aren't, you're just not going to get quality sleep.
Yep, that is so true. There is science behind what she just said. Like,
yeah, and
so
there's
true.
Another thing too that I see a lot of people is like some people don't wake up hungry in the morning, and that's actually a sign that you're not healthy. Yeah, so it's actually good to wake up hungry, like that hunger feeling. Not saying you have to eat right away. I know a lot of people choose to intermittent fast till 12. I don't. I like eating breakfast. But another thing, which we kind of talked about a few episodes ago or whatever, but how like it's crazy that the most popular breakfast options are like the most sugary, crazy things.
Gosh.
And it's like, it's called breakfast because it's break fast. It's literally breaking your fast. And like when you break a fast, you want to make sure that you're putting like the absolute best thing in your body. And it's like the start of your day. So it's like kind of what you eat in the morning determines the rest of your day, like energy wise. So it's crazy that like all the most popular advertised breakfast options are the least
cereal.
Healthiest. Pancakes, cereal, waffles, like all this stuff. And it's like, what?
It gives you that false sense of energy because of the sugar rush.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, and then you crash by noon and you feel like crap and you wonder why. Not saying I won't eat a Belgian waffle. But
yeah, same. I love pancakes.
They're so good.
Pancakes are in my top 3 foods. I love pancakes. I freaking love pancakes. But I do not eat that for breakfast. Like, I don't. Like, I mean, maybe Saturday morning, like every now and then, I will go get some good pancakes.
Brunch.
But, like, it's not an everyday thing by any means.
Yeah. I mean, I was bad about that. I would not eat breakfast because of time and, like, just mornings were rough when Theo was younger. And I would worry about him and give him, like, his baby food and his stuff. And I wouldn't even think to eat breakfast. And I'd just go about my day and then I'd feel terrible. But now we've been doing eggs every morning, and Theo's gotten into the habit of it, and like scrambled eggs and maybe a piece of toast, which I don't really like bread. I hate to say it because everyone loves bread. I'm the weirdo who doesn't, but I really don't like it because it's just like, okay.
It's really, like I said, like with the grains and stuff, it's really not that good for you. But if you choose to eat bread, obviously whole wheat or sourdough.
I love sourdough. I was going to say that. I do like sourdough.
White bread, like the classic white bread, like I grew up, my house always had white bread. Like, and it was always, wheat bread was always villainized. Like, oh, that's gross. And then I ate it and it's like, this is not even gross. Like, but that's just how I was raised. And then you realize that white bread is white because they bleach it. So you're eating bleach.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But I do like homemade sourdough. My friend Shelby makes it. Oh, yeah. Actually, so sometimes I get some of hers. But other than that, I could do without bread, and it goes bad so fast. And if it doesn't go bad, think about that.
Yeah, because even like I like getting oat nut bread, so it's like whole wheat, and if I have to get bread, and I realized like it went bad so quick, and I'm like, why is this going bad so quick? And then I realized like
it's healthy.
Oh, it's because it doesn't have preservatives in it and such.
Yeah. It's crazy though, because if you're like just feeding 1 or 2 people to buy those things, they're expensive. They're more expensive the healthier, and they go bad faster the healthier. So it's kind of hard. But I will freeze like some stuff too. Yeah, I've gotten big into that, like putting into a bag and like separating and saving for later, but. It is hard. So but anyways, breakfast. I usually just do eggs, and then lately I've been getting like Trader Joe's Greek yogurt cup things and doing
That's
yogurt.
a perfect breakfast. I love it. I love it. yeah, some like snack things or like on the go things for me, because like I feel like I like things that like, because like we were saying, it's so hard for us to like sit down and cook a good meal because it takes so long, and I have better things to do. Some little snack stuff or just like whatever. One thing is Perfect bars. Do you know what those are?
Yes,
they're like the
you put 'em
refrigerated.
in the fridge.
Yes,
From
dude, those
Costco.
are so good, and they're sweetened by honey. They're not sweetened by like artificial sugars, or like there's no seed oils. Like it's like not, I don't even know what's in it, but it's sweetened by like honey and natural peanut butter.
It's so good.
And
that's one of my top 5 things from Costco.
Yeah, they're so good.
Every time.
I love them. Obviously, they are expensive, but they're worth it. And they're so filling too. Like they really are. Like, oh, they're so good.
They're my
I'm
breakfast
like craving
every
one
other
right
day. I know.
But yeah, that's one. And then when I found Chomps 2 years ago, I was like just dumbfounded, because I swear I had never seen a grass-fed, grass-finished beef stick in the store until Chomps came out, and now they're like super popular. But yeah, that's a easy one, because it's obviously like it's not just a like beef steak or beef jerky, like it's like actual. And again, don't let perfect ruin good. If you gotta go to the gas station during vacation or something, like get beef jerky, like that's better than a candy bar or something. But like Chomps are grass-fed, grass-finished beef sticks, and I'm like, that's so perfect. Again, on the expensive side, but it's like so nice. And then coffee, and I don't do this combo every day, but when I can, I like to do just black coffee and honey, because it's like way better than the creamers, or even there is a creamer that I found that it's just like sweet cream and milk, and it's nothing else. So that's an option too if you don't like that. But the combo of black coffee, because black coffee is actually like good for you. Like even people like when they fast, like it's like water and black coffee, and it's like, why would you do that? Like when you're like fasting and your body's at its like most vulnerable, it's because like it is beneficial. Like coffee, that's another thing that people are like villainized, like, you know, just put caffeine all in one like thing, and it's like, no.
It's natural caffeine though.
Yeah, so that's another one. But yeah, those are like little on the go stuff that are easy and I love.
Do you ever just like go to the gas station and buy a candy bar? Be honest.
No.
Me neither.
No, I never do.
The only time Reese's once in a great while, but that is it.
The only time I go to the gas station is to get a Celsius. There's never really a time I think that I ever get anything from. The only time that I get candy or anything is like when me and Sophie go to the movies. I like cookie dough bites.
Ooh, I didn't know that was a thing.
They're so good. But that's it. I don't eat any like sour candy or anything like that. Like I'm just not. That's not me. I do love chocolate though, but I don't ever go to the gas station just to get chocolate. Like if I want chocolate, I'll eat it in a cookie or ice cream. Those are my two like those are my downfalls. I love cookies and I love ice cream.
Dark chocolate from Trader Joe's.
Yeah, and dark chocolate's another thing that's actually good for you.
In a way, if you don't eat the whole bar.
Yeah, in moderation, but it does have health benefits, so that's another thing. But yeah, Perfect bars and then Chomp grass-fed, grass-finished beef sticks are like things that like are healthy but also on the go, because it's so hard to find. Like if things are in a package, more than likely it's not the best for you. Even like protein bars, like there's still processed and stuff. Obviously, like they have better macros and stuff to hit those goals, but at the end of the day they're still processed, so they're not like the absolute best thing. But those are like the two snacks that are in packages that are like I feel good about eating.
I literally used to make my own protein bars.
Oh yeah, I like protein balls. I'm just not a cook or baker. Like
it just takes so much time. I used to do it, but yeah. So you're not much of a snacker either.
No, like
I don't think it's necessary.
Again, like I said, like if I am eating snack food, it's because it's like it's replacing like a lunch for me or something.
Yeah, and if you're eating right, if you're eating enough like protein in your meal, you're not gonna be hungry for a snack. That's because you're lacking something. Your body's craving something. And you're filling it again with probably not so great things. So like if you are like hungry between meals or before bed, stop and think about what you're actually putting into your body all day, and you'll find there's probably a deficit somewhere.
Yeah, that's so true, because like the healthier you eat, like the more filling it is. Like not filling in a bad way, like that feeling of being full, but just like you feel good. And yeah, that feeling of hunger is a craving, usually because you eat a lot of processed foods. And that's why like processed foods and fast food is really bad for you, because they literally, there's like addictive, like there's like things in it that it's like addicting in it, and so that's why you like want more. And yeah, that's why it's like just a bad habit to get into.
Yeah, it's not good. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, I will go and like forget to eat breakfast and lunch, and then dinner comes around, I have a headache and I feel terrible. So, I mean, there's ways to improve always, but just being aware of what you're doing and talking about it with people. The more I talk to others about food and like health, like the better it feels to share things, and you can get insight and just feel supported, I guess, trying to like make better decisions.
Yeah, so I have one more question for you, but before I say that,
Yeah.
the last thing is hydration is like key for energy and just refueling just everything. I mean, literally we're like what, 70% water?
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But anyways, so many people like remember the water piece, but they forget electrolytes. And that is key. And it's also key to know which electrolytes you're drinking. So I'm not talking about Gatorade. I'm not talking about Body Armor. Again, like that's all you have access to. Get the zero sugar options with those. But what you really want to look for when you're buying electrolytes is like if they're salt based, because we're literally like we're getting rid of salt when we sweat and stuff like that, so we need the salt to rehydrate. And so like it's important to get a salt based electrolyte. So I don't even know how you say the brand, but it's like LMNT. I don't know if
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Liquid IV zero sugar option is good, but it has to be the zero sugar option because their regular option literally has so much sugar in it.
I drink those though a lot, but there's one at Costco that's similar to them. I can't remember the name of it. I got recently that's much better, and I feel better drinking it.
Yeah, but my favorite is when they come in tubs, because that's when you know it's like.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to have them in your bag though, like in your purse if you want, like on the go if you like. Realize, I haven't drank much today, put one in a water and chug it.
And that's why I like my favorite one that I found that's in a packet is the LMNT, but it is, again, on the expensive side. There's literally only like 4 packs that come in a box, and it's like $9 or $10.
Jeez,
but I know it's crazy, but it is so good.
So good for you.
But yeah.
That is important. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I do that almost every day. I have one. Not even kidding.
Super important to drink right before your workout, during, and after. And like you don't want to only drink electrolytes. You want to make sure you're also just drinking regular water as well. But we also don't want to drown our body in water, because it needs the salt. Kind of how like I visualize it is like when you put water on something but it's just not sticking. I feel like the salt and the electrolyte, that's just how I visualize it. That is not like a actual explanation, but like to me it's like when the salt's in there, it actually can absorb like into our body and stay.
Yeah, it's like I can't remember the science term, but there's a term for it, but the salt is like, it like helps it permeate the membrane. It just like goes into the cell.
I know what you're talking about. I know the word, but I can't think of it right now.
I know. What's the word?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, man. As soon as we end this, we're going to be like, oh, yeah.
I know. But what I was going to ask you, because my client asked me this yesterday, so I want to know your answer. So she asked, what do I do when I'm out with friends and I know that I need to eat healthy at a restaurant and I'm about to order the healthy option, but then they're like, oh, no, get the other one. Like, eat but they don't know your health goals, so they don't know that you're necessarily doing that, but they're like, oh, no, I go for it, because they're just trying to be good friends, whatever. Like, what would you do in that moment?
Tell them to sit down. No. Okay, nice Tristen would say, do what I want. No, but if your friends are like, oh, yeah, get the fries or whatever, I'd be like, no, I don't really want them. Like, just be like, I don't want that. Like, be honest. But if you're trying to like cut, or you're like super strict about it, just order it. Don't even like ask their opinion. Just do whatever you want to do. And maybe they'll start to feel a little bit like maybe even ashamed of what they ordered, or like realize, oh, well, she's choosing the healthy option. Maybe I should too. Like, I don't know.
Be the influence, be the standard.
Yeah. I've never let someone change my order though. I'm always like, no, I want that.
Yeah. So my answer to that was, I first asked, I was like, do they know your goals? And like, did you set a boundary? And she said no. And I'm like, well, that'll be your first step, because I guarantee they didn't have bad intentions. And they probably are only doing that because people have done that to them, like hype them up, being supportive.
Validate.
Yeah. And that's just what they're unconsciously taught, because that's what people did to them. So you can't necessarily put them, oh, they're immediately bad, they're not helping me grow, all that stuff. Rather communicate with them, hey, like I do have these goals, and set that boundary first, and then see how they respond. If they're still doing that, then yeah, they're not good supportive friends. But like if they don't know, you don't know what you don't know. So it's like, don't write them off completely, set that boundary, and then also be the standard, be the influence in the group, because they may, you know, follow along because you're being health conscious and choosing the better version of yourself.
Yeah, I guess thinking about it now too, it's like, oh no, get or if they're telling you like, oh, you can get whatever you want, you look great or whatever, like, yeah, but I want to feel good too, so I'm going to get something that makes me feel even better.
Yeah, and again, that's why I'm like, it's probably just what they were taught, and in their minds, they're being supportive and that they're hyping you up and stuff. But since you've done a little more research and work, you know that, okay, that's not really like supportive and stuff, but they probably just haven't like actually dove into that, and they're doing it because that's what they think is supportive and best.
You can even use that as a like teach them moment, like, hey, well, actually I learned that if I do get that all the time, it does XYZ to me, and I want to improve or whatever. And just so you know, like, that has this in it. Like, use it as teaching, like make it a teaching moment, like, hey, I actually learned from my trainer or my coach that that's not as good for me as I thought it was, so I'm not going to be ordering it anymore. And then like teach them, help them too, because then maybe they didn't know that, and they're like, oh my gosh, like I've been wanting to, you know, not feel so sluggish or whatever too, so maybe I should follow their lead.
Yeah.
So use it as an opportunity to be a leader.
Absolutely. I think, is there anything else you want to speak about?
Oh my gosh, I don't think so. I mean, I could talk about health and fitness for days, so we better just cut it while we can.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
If you have questions, ask. I mean, if we don't know the answers, we'll help you find them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching another episode. And again, just to state it one more time, we are by no means health experts, but this is just what we found based off our research and what's worked in our own personal lives and people we know. So yeah, just want to make that clear. So don't be coming after us if something's wrong. Or if, like, for example, like I did give a presentation once in high school about red meat and stuff, and my teacher was like a vegan. He was just going, he didn't even ask questions. He was just in judgment, and it was like, well, you know, other people's bodies are wrong, like different and all that stuff. Yes, that is true. Everybody's body's different, so do what works for you. That's just based off my findings and what's worked for me. So anyways, thank you guys for listening, and as always, stay grounded
and keep growing.